Here's a quick question. What's the biggest mistake many in-store bankers make? A lot of in-store bankers are thinking, geez, we make so many, it'd be tough to just name one. But I would suggest we start with the fact that we neglect the banker-retailer relationship. Now, we talk about it. We sometimes pay lip service to it, but seldom do our actions match our words. Now, here's a hypothetical I've used for years to make this point. Let's go back to school, Business 101, day one, freshman year. Professor gets to the front of the room and picks on Fred, because Fred's asleep in the back of the room. Fred, get on up here, buddy. Wipe your eyes. I've got a hypothetical situation for you. In all the big, wide world, Fred, this is you, this box. Your success, your future is tied to your ability to make this little box successful selling goods and services. Now, this big box I'm putting around you is an entirely different business altogether. It has nothing to do with you. Oh, by the way, the customers in that big box, the subset of humanity that you are trying to turn into your customers, are actually the customers of the big box. Follow me? All right? The big box is open before you open, and it closes after you close. You cannot physically access your box without entering the big box first. Customers are there because of the big box, not you. And oh, by the way, if you went away tomorrow, the big box could sell dog food or canned sweet potatoes in your spot. That's the reality we deal with. Now, we don't simply pay rent to a landlord. Up until the time in-store bankers came along, no one dealt with the unique relationship we have. Banks either owned the property or rented the property, but controlled the environment. That's not our situation. We don't simply pay rent to a landlord. We run our business from inside a totally separate, unrelated business. I'm willing to bet even Fred, out of a dead sleep, would wipe his eyes and say, we might want to pay attention to that retailer relationship. Just about every business person in the known free world would look at an in-store branch's environment and immediately realize the vital importance of a strong banker-retailer relationship. So why do we often forget this? Well, come on, man, we're busy doing our scary, important banker stuff. And it's true. Most managers have a list longer than your arm of all the things they have to get done today. Unfortunately, retailer relationships are not on that list more often than not. So what happens? Well, we pay attention when we have a problem. Right? But the only time our retailer sees us is when, oh, there's a large soda can display put in front of our branch, or somebody stole our chair, or we've got some problem. So we find them when we have an issue, a problem, something needs to be fixed, or we're going to have a promotion coming up and it'd be nice if they donated something. So the only time our retailers interact with us is when we're complaining or begging. Not exactly the foundation for a strong relationship. Through the years, folks have always asked for the list. Well, okay, give me a list. What's the list of things I need to do to be sure I have a successful retailer relationship? Well, I wish there was one set list. There isn't. There isn't. We have different environments, different managers, both branch managers and store managers. Banks are different. Markets are different. People are different. So there isn't one finite exact list. But there are best practices and philosophies, most importantly on a branch level. It's great to have a strong retailer relationship on a corporate level, but where the rubber meets the road is what matters, and that's individual stores. So there are best practices and philosophies that should be a part of all of our game plans. What are they? Okay, let's talk about them.